morning, everyone. You're going to find me today in my kitchen, and today is titled Reality YouTube. So you've been seeing a lot of videos, and I'm so thankful. I had about 6 videos that were pre-made over this time, and it gave me a little bit of a break. But like they say, the show has to go on. And while we experience things in our lives that make us pause, I say it's like feeling in limbo, where you just feel like you can't go on, you can't move on. In life, we have to move on. We have to get back into what we were doing, and we have to face reality that life does go on. Today I'm sharing with you reality TV, because for the last couple days, my life did stand still, and now my life has to move on. So today what we're going to do is we're going to work in the kitchen. I got to get my kitchen back to where it should be. Why am I showing you part of this? Well, because this is life, and I don't have a production, or I don't have a set where everything is perfect. I have my life and my home, and I want to share with you that sometimes life takes a turn, and it takes us a little bit to get up on our feet and get moving again. Ever since the death of my mother, it's been raining, dark and dreary. We're on day 5 of this rain. It almost puts an atmosphere that's really hard for me to get motivated, because I don't like rainy days. I like the sun shining. But let's get working on what I'm working on today. Before I clean up my kitchen, because it needs a good cleaning, hubby took some chicken off of a bone, and we are going to go ahead and we're going to can this. Now, I want to share with you, every week I'm able to get free food, not from any food pantry or anything like that. It actually comes direct from a grocery store that they call me once a week and ask me if I want to have what they have. And of course I take it. I give it to about 7 other families, and this is what is left. And so this here was the chicken that was already made, and it is expired 1 day. In other words, they made it 1 day ago. So it's not expired, they made it 1 day ago, and we've been canning it. So this has been a real blessing to me, because we don't have to buy food, and that's really become a help for us, because although my husband does have work, he did lose a little more work now, but he still has work. It's twice as hard and half the pay. And so everything we can do to cut our costs and our expenses, we do. And that means a lot more work, but that means that we can actually have a lot less expense. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start pressure canning this. That way, while this is pressure canning, we can go ahead and I can work in my kitchen, because it is horrendous. All right, I'm going to finish this, and then I'll get back to you in a moment. Just going to put a little bit of seasoning in with the chicken, and then I'm going to fill it with water, because I don't have chicken broth that I want to use. So we're just going to do it this way. I have about an hour of dishes to wash. I'm going to do all of this and get my kitchen looking a little more presentable. Then I'll share with you what I'm working on in the next project in the kitchen. It seems like these days, all day long, I'm in my kitchen. You know, I am ready for the fall and the cooler months. I am ready for snow. You know, I don't normally say that, but this year has been extremely hot, dry, and it's just been a real rough summer for me. Even though we've been having dreary and rainy days now for about 5-6 days, I am ready for the sun, but I am ready for the fall breezes. I'm going to get back and clean up this kitchen, then I'll show you what I'm working on next. Alright everybody, the kitchen is clean. So I have my chicken in the pressure canner, and I have some tomatoes that are cooking on the stove. But everything is clean off here. Now I'll show you what I'm working on next. Out there you see one of my other portable washers. Now that my daughter gave me, it doesn't drain, but I'm using that portable washer as a way to use it for my rinse. And then what we do is we just siphon out the water. That is something that maybe people don't know what that means, but you take a hose and you siphon it out either by manually or however you choose to do it. And I do it manually. So it works great. It works great for the rinse cycle. It's much bigger than the little one that I have here. So you use what you got, and she was going to throw it out, but it washes great. It's just, it doesn't drain. And so you just have to drain it by hand. So what we're looking at now is, I was given these potatoes, and these potatoes came from the grocery store where I pick up once a week some things that they have so it doesn't go in the dumpster. And I'm going to go ahead and sort these potatoes and put them in my potato bins. A lot of times what will happen is at the grocery store you might find one rotten potato and then they throw the whole bag away. But these potatoes actually look really nice. So I haven't seen anything bad about them. Most likely I'm going to dehydrate these like I did in the video before. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with them, but I'll do something to preserve them. So there's a bad one. I did give these potatoes to 4 other families. This wasn't all of them, it was actually 50 pounds, but nobody else wanted any more of them. So they came home with me. All of the food I get, I take it and put it in my car, and then I drive to 4 other families. And then what they don't want, I bring home because I don't want to throw it away. So this is just something else I'm working on. Just recently, the video I've done about the Amish storing of food without air conditioning is starting to really pick up. It's amazing because it's over 48,000 views on it. And that one I did in 2017, and it's talking about how you can store potatoes for a long time without them going bad. So the food pantry got 50 pounds of potatoes. I got 50 pounds of potatoes, and I went and distributed them. And now we all have enough of potatoes. All right, everybody. How my clothes get dry when it's raining, I just turn a fan on and set the fan in front of them, and they dry pretty quick. It is quite humid though. It is very humid. All right, there's that one. And here's my other one. And there's my cycling hose that I use. All right. Put everything away, back in here. I'm out of these tomatoes, and I just pureed them with their skins and everything. I don't mind making some like this because it's great when you have it in a stew, the skins disintegrate. It's all about your preference. Since I only have a small amount, I wasn't going to go into all the trouble. Now, a lot of people like to put their tomatoes in the freezer. I don't have freezer space for that, so we can everything. Pretty much can everything. What I love doing is recanning tomato paste, and I forgot I had some in the refrigerator that I need to recan. So I just put it in jelly jars, and I recan it in water bath. I water bath it. Yes, it's thick. I don't have a problem with it, and it sure does save me a lot of money. I use tomato paste a lot, and I can get this at the Mennonite discount grocery store for $3.99 for this big container of it. And when you can it, it does thin it out quite a bit, but then it goes and turns it right back being thick again. Just want to make sure you wipe your rims off really well with it. Alrighty, so I'm going to work on this as well, and I'll show you what everything looks like when we're finished. Alright, another day in the kitchen is done. I have the last of my tomato paste in the canner. I decided to use my Fresh Tech canner, and I can call it a day in the kitchen. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And that's a promise. Look at me, show me.